Hey, it's Gina at Tarot and Time. I have so much to talk to you about this week ahead, starting December 20th, the Christmas week, the last week of Sagittarius season, our last full week of 2021, our 5-year in numerology, a year of change, and we're going to be moving into a 6th year next week, which to me feels a lot lighter, feels like energy moving forward, and so I'm very excited about it. Okay, so much to talk about. Let's see where we want to start. So coming out of the full moon, full Gemini moon, and this is a great time to kind of sort and sift through your thoughts, sort and sift through your environment, because in astrology, Gemini rules the 3rd house. It's the house of communication. It's the house of your environment. It has to do with your siblings. I kind of think of it as like your coworkers, all of that kind of stuff. So it's also, Gemini's the mind, right? It's fast-moving information. It's ruled by Mercury, which is all about communication. It's the delivers messages to us, right? So this is a prime time to pay attention to the messages that you're receiving, especially those around you in your environment. And it's kind of almost a reflection of what's going on with you. So it's interesting to see. It's a great time, and I know the full moon just passed, but we're still feeling the effects of it. The full moon was Saturday night, the 18th, late Saturday night around 11:30. So this video coming out on Sunday, we're still coming down off of that full moon. I still have my moon water in the window. It's still active. So it's a great time to be looking at the thoughts going on in your head, clearing them out. Gemini full moon, especially at the end of the year, is really looked at as a blank canvas. So let's get rid of the stuff that doesn't work, especially the thoughts that we're thinking about ourselves. And that brings me over to what's going on with Venus. So, we think of Venus as love, but it's really self-love, our self-value. So a lot more than that too, our creative energy. And so that we know, we were talking last week, and we've been talking for a few weeks about the Venus-Pluto conjunction, Venus and Pluto together. And so when I think about a blank canvas and I think about the thoughts that we think, I really feel for myself, and I'm sure most people, especially women, we're a little hard on ourselves and our thoughts about our bodies. So this is a good time to really give your body some credit for everything that it does for you, how healthy you are, how it's brought you to this point in your life. And this is a great time to start transforming that relationship with yourself, right? We're all aging. Let's appreciate what we have and stop focusing on what we don't have. As we switch the focus to gratitude, then it's easier for those other things to start changing. Okay, so last full week of 2021, Venus retrograde started this morning, Sunday the 19th. So there's a lot of Venus energy going on right now. Venus retrograde is the idea that Venus is moving backwards, or it feels that way from the Earth. So there's a lot of hype out there about not trusting yourself, or not trusting that you are going to fall in love with the wrong person, or something to that effect. And that doesn't feel very good. And I don't want to look at it from that way. Yes, you can pay attention to that. Maybe you're seeing different viewpoints of things right now. I was listening, and I want to credit the right person here, so let me just find. I was listening to Sarah Verba, V-R-B-A, on YouTube. She's really fabulous. And she was talking about, this is not a time to distrust ourselves. That's kind of an old way of thinking about Venus retrograde. And so how about we look at new information comes in retrograde? I find that a lot of things that were hidden before start to become more visible. So there's this transformation, there's this change happening, there's this new way of looking. It's kind of, we've got the Pluto conjunction there too. Pluto wants to burn everything up that isn't of value anymore. So let it burn those thoughts that don't work. Let it help transform your relationships, especially with women, and the one with yourself if you are a woman, and the one with yourself no matter what you are. So we do have Chiron going direct this Sunday, so at least that. It's been in retrograde for a while. I'm not sure the dates, but hopefully that will lighten it up, since Chiron has to do with your soul's wound. So there'll be some more clarity there. So we start off with the moon in the sign of Cancer this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday till about dinner time. So I know that everybody's out there frantically shopping, and I do hope that you come to our store in Kent, Connecticut. But our Cancer moon is a great time for rest and recharging. So in whatever form that you can do that, it would be a great time for that. Something where you're nurturing yourself a little bit. So if you're out there and you're crazy shopping and you have a lot on your list to get done, maybe it's a good time just to stop and get a pedicure or something where you can take some deep breaths and just care for your own well-being. So on Tuesday's a big day because the sun is going to move into Capricorn. So what that means is right now we're Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning, it's going to move in around 11 a.m. Eastern time. We are at the full heightened Sagittarius, the heightened degrees of Sagittarius, 28 degrees, 29, 30. Full of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius energy is all about expansion, about the bigger picture, about our spiritual connection. And so this is kind of exciting times. And yes, the sun is going to move into Capricorn, but the exciting thing is that the chart for the year for 2022, we have a Sagittarius moon. So we're still going to have some of that expansion energy going on. So we'll talk more about that next week as we move into the new year. Okay, so what else is on my list here? We have the winter solstice on Tuesday the 21st, which is kind of exciting. The moon is going to move into Leo by that evening, so much more dynamic energy. Great time to get out and go and do and see, and maybe attend a Christmas party, something like that. Red is a great color for Christmas, and it's a great color for Leo, so enjoy that. Leo moon, Tuesday, dinner time through, goes actually until early morning on Friday the 24th. So let's see, I gotta make sure I have my cheat sheet here. Monday the 20th, please be careful, watch your tongue, because the moon's gonna be opposite Mercury, and you don't wanna be too harsh. And there was kind of a theme here when I was looking at the holiday, because Christmas Eve, the 24th, the moon is gonna go into Virgo. And there was some kind of theme here because we have a stellium in Capricorn, 3 or more planets together. And let me see here. The planets are Mercury, how we communicate, Pluto, wanting to transform things, Venus, all in Capricorn. And the moon's going to be opposite that on Monday. So just be aware of not arguing, especially with women in your family, and especially about traditions, holiday traditions. So that's kind of a theme that I kept seeing through this, especially with the women. We have Saturn square Uranus. Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius, very forward thinking, and Uranus is in the sign of Taurus, that can get a little sticky about things. So I was seeing that energy as old rules and traditions meeting change. And so be adaptable. Please be adaptable. As much as Virgo gets the rap of being nitpicky, and I feel like some people feel like it's like stuck energy, it's not. Virgo's mutable. It's changeable. It just wants to find the best way to make things work. You want to keep the peace, especially with the females in your family. So if you're arguing about who's cooking what, or wanting to change up a tradition, you can put that idea out there. It's in the air with Venus, or with Venus and Pluto, and then with Saturn and Uranus going like this. But this isn't worth fighting about, right? We're going to move into 2022. That is a very mutable year. It has 40% of its energy in mutable, 40% of its energy is mutable. So what that means is if maybe the changes should come in next year. Maybe this is a good time to talk about the changes for next year. But I would be careful about arguing about the traditions of this year. Now, for 2022, I keep thinking back of Sheila Haidt talking about being adaptable in 2022, or always really, but especially in 2022, because that mutable energy is so available, to swim and float. Swim and float, that brings me such comfort. Maybe because I'm so much water, but swimming and floating, going along, things are working out, the current is bringing you, it's doing most of the work, allowing the work to be done for you, and that your job is to adapt, right? So even though that's the energy of 2022, we're right almost there, right? And I think of a 6 year as moving forward. So allowing yourself to just move with ease, really. Okay, what else is on my list here? Yeah, the Venus and Pluto conjunction is going to get 1 degree apart this week, so it's going to be pretty intense times. Let's use it properly. Let's envision great changes happening, especially in how we love ourselves, in our relationships. Again, I mentioned last week, if you'd like to know which house your Venus-Pluto conjunction is happening in to really narrow down themes, please feel free to comment below with your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth, and I'll respond with which house that's affecting for you. Okay, so there's so much more. This is just a little tidbit of the things that really jumped out to me. And so, yeah, all right, let's talk about the piles. So I'm working with these really fun animal totems. So for pile number 1, we have this beautiful bear. And I wrote down, I love this book, Animal Speaks, Ted Andrews. We sell this in Kent. It's like such a go-to book for me. Okay, so the bear represents, long story short, just a few key words, the power of the unconscious. So bears, we think of them hibernating, and actually, I was reading how their body temperature drops, their breathing cuts in half, and the length and deepness of their sleep depends on how much body fat they have, which is kind of cool when we're talking about self-judgment. A bear needs body fat, it wants body fat, and so its sleep depends on that. So one of the messages from the bear is to go within to find the resources needed. And that's such a great line for Venus retrograde. Go within. Love yourself more. Get a good look at yourself more. Because at some point, the Sun and Venus are going to get really close. You're really going to be able to see the depths of your internal resources. Now, pile number 2 of this really cool wolf howling at the full moon there. So, wolf represents guardianship, ritual, loyalty, and spirit. And the book was talking about how usually wolves are portrayed with such fear that they're going to hurt humans, but really a healthy wolf never does that. And they're very opposite to how they're portrayed. They are very friendly, social, highly intelligent creatures. They have a super strong sense of family. They live by rules and rituals, and they have a wild spirit. And pile number 3, we have this beautiful moose. And moose is my animal totem for sure, one of my animal totems. When my first daughter was born, I was living actually in a teepee in Alaska, and it feels like a million years ago. And I had the experience of a moose and her calf coming to sit with me for the first few days of my daughter's life. And so it's been a really powerful, it was a very powerful moment for me, and I don't think I even realized the depth of what had happened, especially as I reread about what a moose represents. So it represents primal feminine energy. It's the magic of life and death. And the book says, however you align with a moose, no matter how, it's a unique and sacred energy is opened. A moose is actually born with its eyes open. So they have kind of counterintuitive like thoughts about them. They're like strange but majestic, awkward but graceful. They can actually swim. And so it's something about the new depths of awareness. And I thought it was interesting that a moose lives solo except when it's mating. And then the mother moose keeps her calf with her for about a year, and then she shoos it off to live on its own and usually has another calf. So very interesting. So I'm working on writing my story. If you comment below and tell me that you have interest in hearing more about that, it might give me a kick in the butt to get it done sooner. So please feel free. And let's jump in. Pick your pile. Let's get started. Pile number 1, this beautiful bear. Okay, I have a lot of decks that my pendulum chose, not always ones that I work with all the time. I found that very interesting. The message was very clear that these wanted to be part of it. And I actually borrowed my daughter's Tarot Grand Lux by Chiro Marchetti. I hope she's okay with that because I'm going to use it. Okay, bear medicine. Here we go. The power of the unconscious. And let's see what you need to know for this holiday survival advice. Okay, let's see. We're starting off with the King of Swords. He's definitely by the book, pointing at the book. He would be like a Gemini king. We're just coming out of that Gemini moon. Gemini's very logical. It's not so much emotional. It's very factual, where it's opposite sign of Sagittarius, because the full moon is always in the opposite sign. Sagittarius is very spiritual, right? So King of Swords, he's by the book. Wouldn't want to mess with him. All right, let's see what the heart of the matter is for you. We've got the 5 of Swords here. This is my Spanish deck. Okay, so this is the Mythic Tarot. And so there's Apollo, the sun god, pointing at 5 swords. And we know that 2021, we're coming to the end of this year, this 5-year, this year of change. And swords is so the mind, thoughts. And he's shining light, right? He's a sun god. He's shining light on these thoughts. He's giving you a choice. His fingers pointed. Which ones are going? And there you are sitting there looking up. Which thoughts need to go? I think it has something to do with your body image, with the whole idea of the bear and its sleep depending on body fat and going within to find the resources needed. There's some thoughts in there that aren't working, and allow this Venus-Pluto conjunction to help transform that. I've got the beautiful Hermit card. Shining light. He's always seen carrying a lantern. He's card number 9 of the major arcanas. He's Virgo energy, so he's ruled by Mercury. So we have a lot of air energy going on here. He's the fool grown up. He has the wisdom over time. And he's there to help you sorting those thoughts out. Virgo loves to sort and sift, and he's ready to help you. That energy is available for you to give you more freedom. Because what does Sagittarius want more than anything? We're at the heightened degrees of Sagittarius. It wants freedom. It rules foreign travel. It wants to go and live and see and do. And so there's something here with freeing yourself up. It's also the Hermit's ruled by Virgo. Virgo rules the house of health in astrology. Your version of health that's unique to you. Let's not go comparing our bodies. Foundation is the star, pouring out what is not needed, connected. Now I forgot the name of this deck. what is the name of this deck? Spellcasters. Yes, Spellcasters. Pretty intense deck. Okay, so you have a star coming in on your foundation. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes. From the Everyday Witch deck, we have the Ace of Wands. Something new, dynamic, brilliant coming in. It's exciting. From this Michael Tierra's Herbal Tarot, we have the Nine of Cups. The plant is squaw vine. I don't use this deck a lot because I don't know all the plants, but you can look it up, squaw vine. There's 9 of Cups full. It's there. There's so many choices. How to nourish yourself. There's new ideas coming in. Let's see what's going on in your future position. You have the 4 of Cups, burdock. Now I know burdock root is used in, I used it in macrobiotic cooking for strength and power. There's a dish called kimpira, which is matchstick cut up carrots and burdock. And it's sauteed with high heat and high action. Gets energy moving, gets you grounded, gets you clear, nourished deeply. And so, her attention's on the 3 of Cups. This new cup is being offered in, the energy of getting grounded. See, it's easy in the holiday season to overconsume. Sagittarius loves to overdo things. I'm a Sagittarius sun, so I know this one personally. We love to expand, right? It expands our waistline. Sagittarius rules the thighs, so it's an expansion. But it's time to get a little bit more grounded, a little bit clearer, and maybe letting go of some things that don't work for you. But according to what works for you, the Hermit is unique to you. And in the 6th house in astrology is very open to, it rules herbal apothecaries, so it's very open to herbal treatments. So there's something new coming in, using food as medicine. Interesting, like bear medicine, that would be something good for you to research about. And then here's the 3 of Cups, which is interesting because the 4 of Cups was here, but it kind of referenced the 3 of Cups with the attention on the 3, but a new one coming in. So maybe there's a plan after the holidays to cut back a little bit on maybe alcohol or something that you overconsume with. But in the time being, enjoy. Let's, instead of I feel like there's a beating yourself up energy here about all the things that you are doing right now, or maybe the Christmas cookies that you're eating, that kind of thing. It's okay, there's a plan moving ahead. January's known for people making New Year's resolutions. Maybe the resolution is just to be kinder to yourself, to make healthier choices. I don't want to see you going in with strictness. I just want you to go in with, I'm a unique being. I'm no longer going to judge my body, and it's all from it's all perspective. And you're going to enjoy, especially there's a lot of women around, there's a lot of Venus energy around. You're not going to compare yourself to others. You are going to remember your uniqueness, and you're going to make a plan moving forward that is unique to you. Okay, so let's pull a couple more cards. See what else you need to know. We've got the Hanged Man, which is another Virgo card, and the Empress, Venus card. This is the coolest Hanged Man from the Elemental Wisdom. He's become part of the tree. Very cool. So just kind of connecting. It really kind of feels like that burdock root, except the other way. But if you look at it from this way, getting really grounded. Health, dealing with your health in ways that work for you. And here's the Empress. Boy, she's beautiful. Eating a pomegranate. She's grounded. She knows what works for her. She knows her value. She knows her beauty. She's not, she's a full-figured, beautiful woman. And we come in all shapes and sizes. Okay, I'm going to work with, what is the name? Moonology, I think this oracle deck is called. So we'll pick you a Moonology card, and we're going to jump into the dice. I've got charms, I've got letters. It's very exciting. All right, so let's see what your card is. Let's go. All right. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. And it's interesting because the moon was just in full Gemini moon. Gemini is a mutable sign. It's adaptable, can change. And so nothing is yet set in stone. And let that be a relief to you, that things can still be changed and morphed and into a direction that's good for you. Okay, I'm going to go in with some charms. There's some letters in here too. The word royalty falling out. The letter G. We've got a cactus over here, a knife, and a snake. Measuring tape, which is interesting. I was talking about comparing sizes and stuff. Smiley face. We've got a dog and a spider. Bread tie. We've got the letter A and C. We'll add those in with our Scrabble pieces. We've got the word here and the word made. And here, H-E-A-R, I really think it's a good time to really be hearing what you're saying to yourself. We rolled a 2 in relationship, right? And Gemini is a sign of relationships and the relationship with your higher self. And so there's something there about listening and then clearing out what's not working. Because there's a lot of thoughts that we think that are broken and old and were given to us by somebody, and we can put them down now. All right, let's see. I'm going to dump some letters out here. And before I do that, I'm going to roll my dice. Oh, the other word was made, by the way, M-A-D-E. Got the sun in Aries in the 12th house. So the sun, Aries, I am, first house of the zodiac. Interesting, 12th house is the last house of the zodiac. So there's something here about creativity. 12th house is very creative. It's ruled by Neptune. Something very karmic here. There's about ends and beginnings. Let this year come to a close in a positive way for you, and moving into clarity, moving into hearing your true voice, really. All right, I'm starting off, I'm trying to spell the word learn, and I think I got it, L-E-A-R-N, learn. Sagittarius is all about higher learning. So this is a great time to start maybe signing up for some courses in the new year, thinking about what you want to be doing, what you want to be learning. All right, I'm looking to see if I have the word deliver, but I do not. Okay. I have the word noon, N-O-O-N, and the word weed, and a Jeep, J-E-E-P, with the word lay, and all right, so I will take some pictures of these letters so you can see what you can do with it. All right, so the word learn, noon, can, Jeep, lay, weed. Got a spare G here. Have a great Christmas, and I will be talking to you next week about the new exciting year ahead. Take care. Pile number 2, this beautiful wolf. Okay, so we were talking about the wolf being the wild spirit, very opposite to how they're portrayed. They're very friendly, social, highly intelligent, huge sense of family, rules and rituals. And then we were talking also about how the energy of the week can really have to be careful about, you don't want to get into arguments about rituals and family tradition, right? There's a lot of Capricorn energy going on. Capricorn likes things a certain way. They like traditions. They don't like change that much. So pick your battles, okay? Especially on Monday. All right, let's see how we're starting off the week. I've got a lot of different decks I'm working with here. I used a pendulum to choose them. I have not looked at any of the cards. It's very strong. These cards wanted to be chosen, so here we go. We are starting off, this is the Herbal Tarot by Michael Tierra, and this is the Three of Wands, Saffron, coming in from the Spice Islands. So he's really looking forward, looking at the future. His ship looks like it's coming in. Saffron is a very expensive seasoning, very beautiful. So there's really forward thinking here. Not so much like getting caught up in like, okay, the holidays are everything. There's a big picture going on. 2022 is a very exciting year. And the chart for the year, we have the sun in Capricorn, but we have the moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius loves to travel. So there's a lot of that energy here in your pile for the week ahead. Okay, let's see what the heart of the matter is. We have the Tower here. Very foggy, but he's moving forward through the fog anyways. So we know that Uranus, the card that rules the Tower, the lightning bolt of change, is square Saturn, which rules Capricorn. The traditions, the steady, the kind of the spine of your life, the foundation. And so there's this energy there that wants to change things. So again, choose wisely. What supports your heart? We have the Hanged Man. He showed up in pile number 1 also. This is Prometheus in Greek mythology. He gave fire to the humans, knowing the repercussions, or at least knowing there would be repercussions. And this bird comes in every day and eats out his liver or something, one of his organs. And every day it starts again. So, but he knew. So I'm kind of just, there just keeps being this theme here of like, think bigger. Don't be so, like, I know COVID has made things so hard and we haven't gotten to do all the things we want to do. And so just remember that there's a bigger picture. Things are going to start lightening. Things are going to start moving. And don't give yourself up for battles that you're going to have a lot of repercussions about. Remember that the wolf, you chose the wolf. It needs its family. It needs its rituals. But it's also a wild spirit. You can be both. You can follow those and then you can go live your big life. The foundation card, we have the Three of Swords. So taking some responsibility, because one of those swords is your own. The other two are the relationships, but one's yours. So you're topped and bottomed with threes, and threes are such a foundation number. So remember that your family, it plays a really important role in your life. And from someone personally who doesn't have that, I can see in other people how beautiful it is and how much I have to be that for myself. So there's something here with don't give that up. Don't fight and cause chaos. You're hurting yourself. Kind of go with the flow. Remember that floating energy, letting the tide, like the river, take you, do the work for you. Be flexible. It's Virgo energy. It's mutable. It's that game of Tetris where the pieces fall and you try to find the best way that works. And remembering that Virgo is health. It rules the house of health. So there's an important role that your family unit plays for you that helps you in some way, right? So not to cause unneeded problems, okay? Maybe there's certain conversations, maybe there's certain political viewpoints that are better not to be shared on Christmas Day. Behind the scenes, you have the Four of Swords. It's like that family's protecting you. There's the wolves again. They're protecting you. They have a big role in your life. You're part of that pack. And so she's like napping there and they're protecting. Go take a nap on Christmas Day if you need to. Step away. Care for yourself. It's Virgo. It's health. And maybe your health is that you need to go take a little break away. You've got the Two of Wands in the background. And it kind of reminds me of this Three of Wands in the way that I want you to have like, it's set, well, let's see. Well, before I say that, let me make sure. Well, we'll be moved out of Sagittarius season by then, but it's still, we're still just coming off of it. So it's almost like start thinking about your life and the bigger picture and not just all the energy on that one day. And I feel like there's, what I keep hearing in my head is your immune system actually benefits from the support that this family unit gives you. There's something there. It's like protection. In your forward position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Look how beautiful. Lounging, all the pentacles are growing on the tree. She's reading a book and having a glass of wine. Putting down her job, putting down her responsibilities. Enjoy that. And then we have the Queen of Wands. World traveler, dynamic. So I want you to be, it's always good to be in the moment, but maybe just on Christmas Day, when you're around your family, remember what an important role they play in your life. Remember that there's a protection that they give you that is bigger than you realize, and some of it's unseen. Remember that you are going to start living a very big life. There's a lot of trips in your future, and so just savor the inaction of that day. If you have a chance to lounge, if you have a chance to nap, and just savor it, because things are going to start picking up a lot for you. Okay, so let's pull a couple more cards. I'm going to go in here with the Mythic Tarot, 2 more. The Page of Cups and the 6 of Wands. This is quite an interesting Page of Cups. Kind of getting like, beware of jealousy, be aware of boundaries. And 6 of Wands is like this rising up energy, this rock star energy. So I don't like to say don't speak your mind, but just make sure it's worth it. Okay, I'm gonna roll some dice. You have the South Node in Aquarius in the first house. Okay, so the South Node, the cup that holds everything that ever happened to you, in the sign of Aquarius, which rules friends and large groups of people, humanitarian efforts, forward thinking, and uniqueness, different. And first house is I am. So maybe you don't feel like you fit into this family unit. A lot of times Aquarius, my interaction, I parented a child who's almost a triple Aquarius. They tend to not always feel like they fit in, but really, people really like them. But they feel different. And it's because they are. They're unique. They're leaders. And so you may feel that vibe of like, I don't fit in here, or maybe I've always felt that vibe in different situations, South Node, different things from the past. And the first house is coming up. I am. Who am I now? Dynamic energy. So kind of just sitting in that. I belong wherever I choose. Again, that wolf being opposite to how it's portrayed. There's a lot of truths about you that maybe they don't see or know. But you can be both, right? That's okay. All right, I'm going to pull a Moonology oracle for you. And we've got meditation and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. This has all different moon signs in it. And it's very much similar to this Tower card. It looks like Neptune there. So meditate and contemplate. And I keep saying that about swimming with it, right? Swimming forward. Swimming, and I believe Pisces is a mutable sign also, so kind of just going, maybe doing, again, taking some time out for yourself, taking the nap, relaxing, bring a book, do some meditations, joyful ones. Like sometimes we think of meditations as like, oh, it's just homework. No, it can be great. Take a bath meditation, enjoy it, savor it. Okay, so I want to do some charms, and I have some letters for you. We've got here, well, the word royalty jumped out, which it jumped out last time too. I have the sun, I have a book, I have votes for women, And that's the thing. Like right now, it's like Venus is in Capricorn conjunct Pluto. It's like such a transformation of how women are viewed and like the whole idea of breaking down the patriarchal energy. But just choose wisely. Just choose wisely where you pick the battles. Because are you really winning? Or maybe if you're just sitting in your power, that'll have more of an effect. We have the word where, the letter E. I have the word bet, B-E-T. And then I have an H here too, so I have the word Beth, if that's symbolic to any of you, the name Beth. This looks like a piece of labradorite, the stone of magic. The Native Americans thought that the aurora borealis was caught in this stone. Very beautiful. I've got the word, what does this say? It's a charm for Taurus, but they have like a lot of misspellings on this. Incresitor. I'm not sure what they mean by that. But anyways, okay. There's the sign of Taurus, the bull, right? You don't want to fight with a bull. Can be a little stubborn. We've got a peace sign. The word where and the number 2 in relationships. Okay, let's see what letters we get. I hope there's a Beth listening or someone who has a Beth in their family. All right, what do we got here? W-H-E, another E. Where? Oh, and that's funny. This was the word where too. Where and where? W-H-E-R-E. Let's see what else we've got. Well, I've got the word pairs. P-E-A-R-S. And the word deer. D-E-A-R. And we could have made the word fears, but we're going to skip that. And what else do I have? Do I have any other letters up there? Okay. Well, I've got a blank one that I can do anything with. I feel like the word N-K-N-I-F-E. Do I have an N? I don't. I almost had the word knife, but I don't. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you, the word if and the word okay. Okay, the word where came up twice. And something with Beth, something dear, the word pears. Maybe pears are a great thing to bring to your holiday meal. And, but hold it dear to you. And something about where. There's something about the whereabouts of what you're doing this week. Maybe this is the last time the holiday is going to be celebrated at someone's house. Maybe something's going to change. So savor it. Hold it dear to you. Have a great week. Pile number 3, the moose. My favorite. Primal feminine energy with all this Venus going on, all these changes going on. So interesting to see what comes up. I feel such a connection to the moose. And so let's see what we have for this holiday week ahead for you. All right, we're starting off with the 6 of Wands. And he's killed this ram and everyone's cheering him on. This is a Greek mythology story. I can't tell you that I know it, but there's something there about this being cheered on energy, rock star energy. And I know a lot of people hunt moose and that makes me extremely sad, but that's what a lot of Native Americans did to survive, right? There's a lot of meat there. There's a lot can feed people for a long time. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the heart. We have the high priest. This would be the Hierophant, the word sage. The inner guide, the higher self. It's a card of one of the cards of the year for 2021, this change coming in. and sage, which is so clearing. So, I feel like it just charges me up, just the smell of it. We have the Six of Swords supporting the heart of the matter. Full moon being kind of guided away. Moving forward. We're going into a 6th year. So it's interesting that we have 2 6s come up, and then the 5 is there in the heart. So there's something that's been purified. There's a bigger picture that's been opened for you. You're being supported to move forward. And again, the moose, magic of life and death. Unique and sacred energy being opened. See what's coming in on your foundation. We have the 6 of Cups, so another 6. So you've got the Wands, the Swords, the Cups. Now we just need to see if the Pentacles come up. There's this beautiful reminiscing card, right? You're probably going to be around family, probably going to be around many generations of family. There's such joy here. And it's really going to help you move forward in your life. So kind of savoring that. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes. The 6 of Swords again. Moving forward. I mean, this really feels like 2022. And so you may actually be moving. There's changes coming in. So reminisce, enjoy the sweetness of the moment. We've got the Page of Wands coming up here in the background, this young, exciting, fiery energy. And in your forward position, we have the 3 of Swords. Painful one. But remember, we have the 3 of Swords come up in the last pile. One of the swords is your own. One of the swords is showing people how to hurt you. So, again, going back to the holidays, going back to the unnecessary fighting. Choose wisely your conversations. Choose wisely. This moment is fleeting. And here's the Tower. This card came up in one of the other piles too. So this is Uranus energy. That's that lightning bolt. We know that Uranus is still square Saturn. It's been going on for a while. And so Uranus wants to bring change, and it's in the sign of Taurus, which is like beautiful things, and I think of it kind of associated with traditions. Also Capricorn a little bit more so, but and there's Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, which rules that lightning bolt. So it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of change coming in. Use it wisely, or you're going to have an argument, and it's going to be painful, and you don't want that. You don't need that. Remember, there's the magic of life and death, of things changing. We have the representation of death in Pluto close to Venus, right? So things are changing. It's a natural part of life, but you don't want to cause friction here. There's like this winning and losing attitude here, and I think it's time to move past that, or you're going to have friction. So, yeah, there's something here, like I know a moose parents by herself. And so there's something here, I feel like there's divorce themes here, not to say it's you, but maybe it's in that family unit. Maybe there's been some splitting and dividing and having to choose sides. And you need to find a peaceful way with this. Let me pull a few more cards. Let's see which deck will go. This Chiro one. What else do we need to know here? We have the 2 of Wands. It's beautiful. The 10 of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so here's 2. This opening of this gate. This 2 of Fire. This 2 of Passion. This new entry. You're being allowed into a relationship. You also have the 10 of Cups. It's very beautiful, comforting, cozy. But it's also a 10. I feel like there's like a divorce in your family that's causing friction here and making you have to like choose sides, and like it's painful. And here's the Queen of Swords. You need to make good boundaries with it. I want to pull a few more because I feel like I'm missing something. See what the most important thing for you to know right now this holiday week. I've got 3 cards. I'm just going to run with it. I've got the 10 of coins, the 5 of coins, and the star. Okay, 10 of coins, 5 of coins, and the star. Okay, well, the star comes in after the tower naturally, so there's been some kind of purification. There's some money being stored up, and then there's this hand coming out with these coins. And 5 of Pentacles is often thought of as lack, or the thinking that there's a lack, but there's an invitation to come in here and kind of like saving up some money. Maybe you're going to be gifted some money, kind of storing it away. The star's coming in saying there's better times coming. It's a little uncomfortable sometimes with the star because it's like a purging. So there's something changing here. I think it's family dynamics. And so you will find your way with this. Let me see what else we've got. The 8 of Cups, the Queen of Swords again. Okay, so I feel like you need to make a decision here if you're going to actually spend time with this family or if you're going to make other plans. There's the repeated idea of boundaries. The 8 of Cups, she's usually walking away from something even though it seems like people wouldn't understand why you're walking away from it. You've got the 6 of Swords twice, they're walking away. So I feel like you need to sit with if this is going to be the healthiest choice for you because it feels very conflicting and it feels, because the moose energy, something unique and sacred energy is opening. And that's exactly what this card looks like. There's a new opportunity. And maybe it's just to stay home. Maybe you're going to save some money and just stay home and keep it simple. And the Ace of Cups coming in, which is the cup of satisfaction, something new. So look at your plans and make sure that they work for you. Okay. The moose often spends time alone. The sun in Virgo in the 8th house. So Virgo wants to, the moon is going to be in Virgo on Christmas. Virgo wants things organized, but it wants to be concerned about what's healthy for you. 8th house is Scorpio's house, house of transformation and change. And the sun is shining there. So this may be a year for you to change your traditions. And it may just be that you don't go do what you regularly have done. There may be some situations there that you need to stay out of, and you may just choose to stay home. Do what you got to do. Just know that if you do go, let's pull a couple for that. If you do go ahead and go to wherever it is that you normally go, what do you need to know? King of Cups. Knight of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. I gotta pull one more from here because it's just like falling over. Okay, and the Devil. All right, so King of Cups, King of Emotions, and yet he protects himself from the emotions, and he can be non-emotional about things that are emotional. So there's that, staying out of it. The Knight of Pentacles, searching for what's of value to him, keeping his eye on the prize. This is a temporary day. 5 of Pentacles, that came up twice now. Be prepared to leave when you're ready, and be prepared that it could be snowing and that could keep you from moving forward. Okay, and then the Devil card here. Interesting, there's like these two tied kind of connected down there. I just feel like there's some issue about a breakup in your family that's going to override everything else. And this is a Capricorn card. We know we have that stellium in Capricorn. You cannot change a Capricorn, okay? They have to want to. This is going to be the card, one of the cards of the year for 2022. So it's almost like this is temporary. Next year will be different. Make your choices accordingly. Make sure that you're true to yourself. Sit with it and feel it. pull a few letters. And then we're going to do a couple charms. Something went flying. I don't know where it went. Okay, this royalty one has shown up every time. We have the word who and how and the word you. So you, who, and how. We've got like a trumpet here, sun shining. We have clear quartz. Clear quartz, which is, I use it when I'm around, you know, after I do a lot of readings, I hold a clear quartz to allow everything to go into it. It can hold a lot, and then I put it in the sun to clear. So this is good clearing techniques that you need. There's dog tags here, so there's like this loyalty, belonging to something. Votes for women, this came up on another pile too, which I think is interesting because Capricorn is like male, and then we have this Venus energy, and there's so much going on, and it's like this Uranus and Saturn, so breaking up the old, and it's kind of like this patriarchal way of things, but I would not get into an argument about it. So choose wisely, and the little thing for and the letter U came up. For you. Choose for you. Choose where you want to get involved and where you don't. We've got a fox, a little motorcycle, and another little big wheeled bicycle, a piano, a ring, which I kept saying something about a divorce. And so that's your charms. Okay, let's see what we have for words. I have the word, well, I thought that was an M, and I had the word mate, M-A-T-E. That's actually a W. Okay, let's see what else. I have the word rain, R-A-I-N, and rains. I have the word donate, D-O-N-A-T-E, donate. It's a great time of year to do that. Bring some joy to someone, even if you do like those random donations. Okay, I have the word in, and I have, what else do I have? The word name Dora, D-O-R-A. All right, so I'm gonna leave these here. I'm gonna take a picture. You can check it out, and have a great holiday. I'll talk to you about the new year next week.